Hello, today is my 14th day when I continue mm, to practice my English, and today I've chosen quite complicated theme about Russian speakers. Actually, I think that there are only two nations in the world who doesn't learn others languages, foreign languages. It is Russian speaker and English speaker, because both is quite self-sufficient, and for example, Russian are so self-sufficient that they don't consider it necessary to learn English, and it's not about that Russian people are stupid to learn English, but it's mostly about it is very absolutely wrong system of teaching English in Russia. In our school, I think our school it's very difficult to learn English. Maybe it's deep in our brain that we don't need in English, for example. We are self-sufficient enough to depend on somebody else. And I actually grew up in village in Kirov region, and when I was a child in our school, it was very poor teacher, very poor teacher of English, and mostly there weren't even any teacher of English, and I always were dreaming about ability to speak in English, ability to have some conversation with people from others countries, but usually other people ask me, why do you want to learn English? Is that ability to speak in English could give you some advantages in your future, additional features. It's very hard to imagine that for most people. It's hard to imagine that knowledge that using foreign languages is useful in our country, I think. But now I live in Moscow, and I can see that many people would like to speak in English and try to learn English, and it's very hard for us, because as I said, it's absolutely wrong system of teaching English in our country. It's wrong student books, for example, and for example, in other, we are very isolated from other countries, from other languages, and if, for example, if I can speak Russian, it's enough in Russia. Because I'm Russian, but Russia is great country and consists lots of other nations that have their own languages, and they people that are living in Russia, they have their own language, and plus they can speak in Russian and their own language, their mother language. At least they can speak on 2 languages. So, and the same thing with English speakers, because I think very much people in all over the world can speak English, and English is international language. In English, as Russian, I can speak with Chinese, Spanish, almost everyone in all over the world. If I don't know Chinese or Spanish language, but English language is English can unite all nationalities. We all can speak English in all over the world. I think English language is easy enough to learn it, and it's honest language. This language is make us be ability. Because he is very honest. I said, I can notice. I like this language for this. It's very direct. It's very direct, and opened, maybe. While the Russian is more about Russian, I could say that Russian is fluid, streamlined, indirect, and multivariate, because he's wild. Just one moment. Not wild, I mean wide, narrowed, wide. Yes, and we can say in Russian we can say in very many variants, I think, and we can say the same things in Russia without personal responsibility, because in Russian we can use sentences without main character. In English sentences we always have to have main character and his act. Yes. When and in Russian we could express it like it's nobody it's nobody have to take ability for some things, for example. Yes. Now, what about? Actually, like I said, it's a quite difficult theme, quite difficult topic for me to discuss it. I finished today's discussion by words of Leo Tolstoy. He once said that something like this, that how many languages do we speak? So many times we are human creators. And learning English, learning any foreign languages make us more humanistic, make us many times human creators, maybe like that. And it's very interesting. Yes, in nowadays we can use lots of translators, Google Translator, Yandex Translator, and the artificial intellect is very smart and very helpful. It really help for me, for example, really helpful with learning foreign languages. But we have to learn English, learn foreign language. For Russian, I think it's necessary to learn English, to try learn English, maybe. Okay, thank you for listening and see you later.